Alright, good afternoon everyone. It's Jahlon with the Paradox Gaming Network, and I want to welcome you to another Ashes of Creation pre-alpha look. Today I'm going to be looking at a whole bunch of different topics. I'm going to talk about the trade caravans, PvP flagging, bounty hunting, sieges, and castle sieges. As always, these are all the different ways to get in touch with me. Easiest way is to get me on Discord, Jahlon #8446. As always, since I like total transparency, I got an amazing 7 referrals this week, so thank you so much, guys. I still have yet to hit that 150 visits list, though. It's been a 2-week goal, so I'm pretty happy with my conversion rate. I'm really happy that there's a lot of you that hadn't heard about the game that are hearing about it through me. As always, if you haven't already registered on the forums, there's my referral link, and I'll have that in the description below. And if you want to know why you should register for Ashes of Creation, well, there's a chance to get an alpha key through their just random giveaway. You can literally just sign up for the forums and never interact, and there's a possibility that your name will be selected at random. Since I like total transparency, so far people with their referrals and the purchases they've made have brought me up to $114.75 in Intrepid bucks. And I want to say a big thank you to whoever the person with the $500 Kickstarter package was that finally applied their code. I have no idea who you are, but that was amazing. All of this money will end up going back to my viewers in some way, shape, form, or the other. So each week, if I've been getting the same questions asked over and over again, I want to address those. And the big one I got this week was, why is Intrepid using Unreal Engine 4? Like, everyone keeps saying that this wasn't designed for MMOs. Well, there's 200 plus games either already developed or in development on Unreal Engine 4. Now, yes, the majority of them are MOBAs, first-person shooters, hack and slash games. Now, so I know what you're going to say. You're saying that Intrepid is making a rookie studio mistake. They're using the wrong engine, blah, blah, blah. Well, the truth of the matter is NC Soft just announced that Project TL will be done on Unreal Engine 4, and that's their new Lineage game. So if a $3.9 billion company is using the same engine as Intrepid Studios, any discussions trying to discount Intrepid's choice on Unreal Engine 4, those can be pushed right to the side. So for this video, my references, everything this week comes from the Ashes of Creation Wiki. Highly recommend it. Best source of information I found. Now, I know some viewers are going to say, but there's other sources. I know there are, and if you include me on a comment below in the comments, I will start using those sources as well. Because we're so early before the release of Ashes, there's no reason to not get a bunch of sites popular, so people have a plethora of information. So let's talk about caravans. Now, first and foremost, if you've been playing ArcAge or BDO, you're already familiar with trade routes. And trade routes in those games are really for the profit of the individual. In Ashes of Creation, caravans are going to be a crucial part of the game. We know that your personal carrying space is going to be limited. It's not going to be one of these games where you go out into the wilderness and you have a bag of like 50,000 iron ore. That's not going to work like that in Ashes. So we know personal carrying space is limited. So if you want to move a large number of resources from one point to another, you're going to end up using a caravan. We also know that nodes are going to need a massive amount of resources to grow in the later stages. They've already talked about how there's going to be quests for individuals to bring resources to the node. Well, the trade caravan is going to be one of those ways that that's possible. We do know that there will be both land and naval trade caravans. It's either via caravan wagons or via merchant ships. Also, over land, they've talked about that there will be potential upgrades to your caravan wagons, higher defenses, higher hit points, off-wheel tires. I thought that was kind of a cool one. Really opens up some possibilities of taking your caravan out into the middle of nowhere if you think you're about to get attacked. So those are all things we're going to be looking for. Now, one big thing is that caravans and merchant ships, they're going to be traveling PvP zones. If somebody wants to attack you, they do not have to flag to attack a caravan. And we're about to talk about the flagging system in just a second. realize that if they destroy your caravan, it is going to drop a percentage of the items, of the resources that were on that caravan. That's going to lead to some interesting ongoing battles where I attack your caravan, I destroy it, but now I have to mule out the resources, giving you a chance to get back and potentially steal back a percentage of this percentage I stole. I'm really stoked for Caravans and how that rolling PvP system is going to turn out. So on the PvP, for all of you arena people, I think you're going to be happy. They have 1v1s, 3v3s, 5v5s, and they're also talking about a free-for-all 20-person. Arena ladders will have rewards. So for all of you people that like doing 1s or 3s or 5s in your small groups and you always want to have a reason to do them, Ashes of Creation is going to give you that. Open world PvP, I really, really, really like the way they've laid this out. As we all know, the current big open world PvP game is Arcade, and the big problem is you flag for Bloodlust, and once you kill somebody, you can deflag and basically take the coward's way out. Well, it's not going to be like that in Ashes. Everybody in the world starts as a non-combatant. You have to elect to engage in PvP. This is an active decision. But it's actually 2 people have to elect to engage in PvP, which is kind of unique. Before we go into that, just realize you cannot flag on the standard. You can't flag on your party or your raid or your guild or your alliance. Guild and alliance is a little weird because in a lot of games we've seen lately you can flag on them. I'm just as good as not being able to flag on them at all. Now, to talk about that mutual flagging or that mutual PvP, say I attack you. You now have the choice to remain a non-combatant and just let me kill you. If I kill you, I become corrupt, and that has its own set of mechanics. If you fight back, I don't become corrupt, and if I do kill you, the death penalty for you is lessened. Now, we don't have any solid numbers or what that any looks like. Just realize that if you stand there and you take it, your penalty is higher, but you cause corruption in your attacker. If you fight back, no corruption, but you lessen your death penalties. This image, I'm giving credit to Lexmax from the Ashes forums. I know a lot of people are always like, well, if I'm in this status and I do this, what happens? Well, here you go. When you're a non-combatant and you attack somebody, you become a combatant. When you attack a corrupted, you stay a non-combatant. Not really sure how that works because in the next one over it says a combatant attacks a corrupted and they become a non-combatant. But okay. But here's where you see you getting your corruption. As a combatant, you attack a non-combatant and there's your corruption. And then the corrupted, they attack anybody and they get more and more corruption. Now, that death penalty that was mentioned starts with loss of XP, and then you have stat degradation. You start to lose hit points, lose mana, your gear becomes less proficient. Combatants, you receive less penalty than a non-combatant, but a corrupted gets 3 to 4 times that penalty. And this is important because in just a second you're going to see how the corrupted get rid of their corruption. Also, if you are corrupted, and you get killed, it is possible that you will drop gear. And that's huge because you're not going to want to be running around with your best gear on, ganking people, and then losing your gear. And we knew already that if you died, you dropped a percentage of your gatherables. For a corrupted, they have to die to remove their corruption. And they may have to die multiple times. Now, what's going to be interesting is it says corrupted can drop their gear. This could be abused if you drop your gear and it can be picked up, because then I go around, I get my corruption, and then I'm done killing lobies, I'm done killing ganking newbies in the gathering zones, and then I go get my buddy to kill me a couple of times. Even if I drop gear, my buddy just picks it up and hands it to me. I think the penalty will be much more stringent if you drop the gear and it's just gone, if it's just destroyed. But we'll have to see how that pans out. Now, for all of those people that are like, well, the corrupted are just going to stay in areas that they know they can't be killed, they're going to just gank newbies, there's a bounty hunter system. And this is unlocked, it's an unlocked title from a stage 4 military node that will show corrupted players on the map. Now it says that it has an on-off toggle for several minutes. Don't quite understand what the toggle would be for, but I'll be looking for more information on that and I'll get it to you as soon as I have it. Now, I've already hinted at node sieges in the video on nodes, but some bigger details to clear up some questions people have asked me. You will need to have an item to siege a node. And don't think that sieging a node is going to be an everyday occurrence. It will take as much effort to siege a node as it does to build a node, and that is by design. The item that you need for initiating a siege is time limited, so you're not going to have guilds that just go out and stockpile a whole lot of them and then just go on a sieging rampage across the countryside. Individuals and guilds can register to attack during a siege, and I imagine they can register to defend as well. But there's going to be a prerequisite in order to participate. Now, I don't know what that is. I can't give you any more details. Now, the big one people were waiting for were the castle sieges. Now, if you've played BDO and Arcade, or Revelation Online as well, these are games that have really big, elaborate castle sieges. Castle sieges occur on a monthly cycle, but the castle has 3 subnodes. So every week a subnode is vulnerable, and then the 4th week the castle itself is vulnerable. This means that there is going to be a constant 5 big sieges a week because each castle's subnode will be vulnerable, and there's 5 castles. This really made me happy from a mechanic point of view, because this is going to stop mega powers from holding all the castles. Because remember, there's no fast travel, or if there is, it's very limited when you have a scientific metropolis. You're not going to be able to zip across the map holding 2 or 3 castles. You're going to have to fragment your force. Now, castle sieges are designed for guilds. The benefit to owning a castle is that you are a dual citizen. You're a citizen of the castle, and only the controlling guild can be a citizen of the castle, but that does not affect your citizenship in your own private node. Now, castles themselves are restricted to stage 4, so a castle is never going to grow into a metropolis. But a king or the ruling member of the guild, either the king or the queen of the guild, gets that title for the castle. And one of the castles is stronger than the other 4, and it does exert its influence over the other castles. And that's it for this week, guys. Not a lot of new information, but I did want to get some of that other information out to you. I know a lot of people were interested in the castle mechanics, so I wanted to let you know specifically it's not going to be like Arcade, where people are hiding behind a 3-week cycle buying out their own siege scrolls. No, you're going to be defending your castle, a part of your castle every week. Kind of why the 300-person guild population is kind of required, because if you're going to have to defend that node piece every week, you kind of need a population to do it. And I don't have anything on the agenda for next week. I may take next week off. I've really combed through all of the information that's out there for you, done a really good academic review. Of course, if you have any questions, I will add them to my list. If I can get you an academic answer, I will. Otherwise, I'm going to wait until after the next live stream and see what that brings us. Hey, you. Yes, you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Hit that subscribe button. Watch a couple of more videos. Go check out our website.